Hello everyone, myself Rashid. Today I am going to deliver on a topic which is the class 12 topic sexual reproduction in the flowering plants. First of all, I will talk about the flower. First thing is, what is a flower? Flower is the reproductive part of the plants. Flower is the reproductive part of the plants. It has four parts. Flower has four parts. Generally we consider only two parts, but flower has four parts: sepals, petals, stamen, and pistils. This is the complete flower. You can say that these four parts occur in a flower, which is known as a complete flower. If any missing one part, you can say that the flower is an incomplete flower. So we will talk about the one by one, discuss about the flower parts. First of all, we talk about the sepals. Sepal is a small leafy-like structure. That supports the flower. Just like you can see that it supports. There's a petals, and this petals and from lower portion that support the flower. If there are no sepals, then flower, the petals can be scattered. So it supports the flower, petals. Now we will talk about the petals. Petals is the large leafy-like structure. Petals is large leafy-like structure that attract the insect for pollination. If you will see that there is a bright color of the flowers, if you are moving here and there is a more of, you will see, you are wandering any garden, you will see that if the flower is a bright color, then there is more insect will be moved on that flower. So the main function of petals to attract the insect. Next, we will talk about the stamen. This is a stamens. Here you can say that this is a stamen. Yeah. Stamen is a main reproductive part of flower. Stamen is the main reproductive part of flower. The upper parts that contain pollen grain. The upper part that contain pollen grain, this is known as anther. And the lower parts, which are the slender stalk-like structure that is attached to the thalamus, is known as the filaments. In many plants, the anther are bilobe, they are single lobe. If any plant have a single lobe, which is known as you can say that monothecous. Monothecous example is China rose. Yeah, you can say that hibiscus. And then normally in the many plants such as pea, there are the diathecous anther. Why? Because anther is a bilobe. You can say that this is a bilobe anther. This is a bilobe anther. So it is known as a diathecous. Here, next part we will talk about the pistil. Pistil is a female reproductive part of flower. Female reproductive part of flower. In many parts, you can see that there are one pistils. In most of plant, you can see that the pistil are the single pistil present. This pistil is known as a monocarpellary, and there are some plants, they are the bicarpellary, and in most of other plants, just like a rose, multicarpellary pistils occur. Now we will talk about the pistils. So pistils has a here we can say that pistils. Now, first of all, we talk about pistils. Pistil is a female reproductive parts of plant. This is the upper parts. You can say pistil has three parts. upper parts which are the flats, which is known as a stigma, and lower part which is the swollen is known as a ovary, and between the tube-like structure which is known as a style. There are the three parts in occurring. There are the three parts of the pistil. Now we will talk about the first thing about the anther. Anther, you can see that anther, we will dissect the tiers of anther. They are the diaticus. This anther, you can say that this is a diaticus. Here one lobes and other is two lobes. And each lobe contains two microsporangia. This is known as microsporangia. What do you mean of the sporangia? Sporangia means spore, the organs, the parts of the plant where spores are produced. Spore produced is known as a sporangia. Here, microspore produced in this sac-like structure, which is the microsporangia, so it is known as a microsporangia. Now, we will discuss about the different parts of the flowers, and we will study about in details about the microsporangia. Thank you.